Hi everybody, welcome back to Classroom Setup Day 2. This video is going to contain a voiceover because when I'm doing classroom setup, I'm just very focused on what I'm doing to get the most done to set up for my preschool through 8th grade classes plus adaptive art classes. So we have a lot of groups to get ready for, as well as the classroom in general. The first thing I'm going to do, because I'm not quite ready to bop around the classroom quite yet, and I know this is something I need to do, is I'm going to get name tags ready for preschool and kindergarten materials as well as adaptive art materials. I've talked about this a little bit in my first classroom setup vlog, so if you didn't see that, please click on the card above. I'm just trimming them down so they're gonna fit into their tool bags and toolboxes. Sometimes I put these on their folders, but this year I'm putting them right in with their tools. And I'm just trimming them down. They have the alphabet on them, a place for the kiddos' names, so we'll be putting the kiddos' names on them as well. And then they have all of the shapes on them too. If we have just a couple minutes left in a class, they're black and white so the kiddos can color on them to make them their own anytime they want. I'm going to be making these for preschool, both kindergarten classes, and both adaptive art classes. Next, I'm adding the students' names onto their name tags. I always make sure to have lots of extras just in case a student uses a nickname or a different spelling than what is on my list. Also, there is quite often a bit of movement with preschool and kindergarten, so always make sure to have lots of extras on hand. Also, sometimes the students are learning to use their materials, so something might get ripped or bent in a way that we want to replace or the student doesn't like. So it's always a great idea to have backup on hand. You can see I have a back to school folder here and a current quarter folder. The current quarter is for my middle school students that I see every day for a quarter each for 7th and 8th grade. And then the back to school folder is just things I need like every school year back to school, and I handed out because I had a master's copy of these name tags in it, as well as a master copy of seating charts, which I'm going to do later on today. You can also see in the background that I have some stuff up on my screen. I really enjoy watching other teaching vlogs, so it doesn't feel like I'm kind of working alone, and it can make the time go faster. A lot of times I also get ideas from these vlogs as well. Now that we're finally done with all of those name tags, we're gonna continue to move on to our next step. Another reason why our name tags are important is it helps the students to recognize their name and learn the spelling of their name, and also it makes them more confident in other areas. Oops, good thing I had that in the tumbler. It also makes them more confident in other areas that you also have a name tag for them when they're asked to write their name many times, when they don't usually write their name that many times in a day coming into preschool and kindergarten. Next, I'm going to empty out my drawers after adding the name tags into the package. So you can see I'm adding the name tags into my preschool drawer here. I already stuffed this drawer full of all the preschool tools. In my setup day one vlog, I also talk about how I'm going to start off the students with their tools for preschool. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check out that vlog below and up above. So I'm going to pack up their name tags here, and then same with kindergarten as well. Next, I'm going to continue to clean out my drawers. During the summer, I use my drawers to contain a lot of books or flat files, and also at the end of the previous school year, I prepare any materials that I can, any paper or references that I might need for the first project of the school year, as we never know what our beginning of days are going to look like, especially our professional development days, how much time we're going to have in our classroom or not. So I just like to prepare that stuff when I can the previous year. kids are all set for preschool and kindergarten. This does take quite a bit of time at the beginning of the year each year, but I think it sets the students up for success in your room and helps to prepare them for procedures and allows to differentiate when the students are ready to use the materials that are shared by 300 other students. So I think it's a worthwhile step to do in my classroom setup each year. Let me know what you think of this in a comment down below, or if you have any questions. You can kind of see they fit into the drawer pretty nicely, which is also a perk. Next, I'm going to use this cart to help me kind of clear out any drawers. Kindergarten's ready to go, and I believe I already kind of took care of these drawers because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use for summer school. Each class has a folder, and sometimes the folders need to be relabeled with their class code, so I'm checking through that here. And also enjoying a snack as well. This vertical flat file area in the front of my room is very helpful, but it's not the most appealing area of my room. So a couple years ago I painted a color wheel and color group curtain to go over this area that the students really enjoy and is much nicer to look at. So we're just going to get that back up on the wall for this upcoming school year. Your classroom doesn't have to be perfect and 100% complete on the first day of school. The beginning of the school year is all about building relationships and building routines with the students, but whatever we can get done is obviously the best, because once the school year gets rolling, it gets all kinds of crazy. We all know that. Next, I'm going to be cleaning out the rest of these drawers like we talked about before. I stored just some things that I wasn't sure if I was going to use, and also, like I said, some visuals and flat file situations. So I'm going to pull out all the things I want to display at the beginning of the year from my display area, and anything else that might not belong in the drawers to get them ready for the students to use, to get them building those routines that this is where their art belongs at the end of the class if they're still working on it. There are 2 folders in each drawer. Each folder has the class code on it. And there's also a red folder usually inside each of these for ketchup and pickles days, so if a student is behind quite a bit on a project, or if they're missing quite a bit of classes, their project might go in the ketchup and pickles folder. And if we have a ketchup and pickles day, which I can do a video on if you guys would like, I got the idea from Michelle Ferre. I can show you how I use it in the art room. That way I can show you what those are used for, but there is usually a red folder in each that the students know that's not their current work, just to kind of leave it alone. Here's some work I was discussing earlier. I got this ready at the end of last school year, and I just wanted to make sure I had enough. They're very large dots for 6th grade for Dot Day. I'm going to do a video about all of my Dot Day lessons as well. Does anybody else do Dot Day? If you do, go ahead and leave a message down below. I'd love to see how many other schools do it, and I bet you my students would love to know as well. Here, like I mentioned earlier, you can see me pulling out some displays that I would like to use, and a large pair of comical scissors for teaching the younger students about scissor safety. I've got some line and doodle ideas for 6th grade to use as well. Some silly posters that go in kind of less easy to see areas of my room, and we're just going to get some of these visuals out next. still watching some other elementary YouTubers, here I'm watching Elementary in the Mitten, and this is Elementary with Emma, and then later I believe I watch a little bit of Putting Them First. So those are some of my favorites. If you have any suggestions of who I should watch, I'd love to know. half, so make sure you stay tuned for day 2, part 2, and I'll see everyone next time. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye!